Before we start today's event, let us take a moment of silence to honor the martyrs who sacrificed their lives during July-August last year. Please rise as we observe the 1-minute silence to honor their memory, after which we would play the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, I request all of you to rise and observe the 1-minute silence, followed by our national anthem. Thank you. My dear nation builders of tomorrow, their proud parents, teachers, and school authorities, I welcome you all to the 24th edition of the Daily Star HSBC O and A-Level Award Presentation Ceremony, popularly known as Saluting the Nation Builders of Tomorrow. We also have Pearson Edexcel as academic partner and IDP Bangladesh as education partner. Today, we are not just handing out certificates. We are bearing witness to something even greater. The rise of a generation that's rewriting what it means to lead, to care, and to achieve. A generation that faced COVID lockdown, lost classroom walls, and still kept learning, screen to screen and heart to heart. And when the times grew even more dire, when voices rose during the monsoon revolution and when the streets echoed, they stood strong. They didn't just survive history, they didn't just grow up, they grew resilient. These young people, your children, our students, have not only excelled in academics, they have shown a depth of resilience, a sense of responsibility, and fierce patriotism. They are Gen Z. They are not waiting for the future, they are building it. My dear students, there is a saying that it takes a village to raise a child. As we celebrate your success, we would also like to acknowledge the sacrifices made by your parents and the effort given by your teachers and school authorities. So let's join together in giving a huge round of applause for your parents and your teachers, because your success is also their success. We are honored to have not just one, but two distinguished chief guests. We will announce their names once they are here. We'd like to start off the program with holy verses from the holy books. May I now request Abdul Rahman Labib from Philosophia to read out the verses from the Holy Quran.
Assalamu alaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم. إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم. تنزيل العزيز الرحيم. لتنذر قوما ما آباؤهم فهم غافلون. لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون. إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون. وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون. صدق الله العظيم. I seek refuge in the name of Allah, the Shaitan, the rejected one. In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. Yasin, by the Quran that is full of wisdom. Truly, you, O Muhammad, peace be upon him, are one of the messengers of Allah on a straight path. This is a revelation from the Almighty, the most merciful, so that you may warn the people whose forefathers were not warned. Hence, they are unaware. Already, the word has come true about most of them, so they will not believe. Verily, we have put iron collars on their necks, reaching to their chins, so that their heads are forced up. And we have put a barrier before them and a barrier behind them. We have covered them up so that they cannot see. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Now I invite Binoy Bishash from Lord's and English Medium School to read out verses from the Holy Gita.
Namaskar. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrittuhur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmadapariharyete natvam shocitumarhasi avyaktaadini bhutani vyaktam madhyani bharata avyakta nidanandyava tatra ka paridevana. Death is certain for one who has been born, and so is rebirth for one who has died. Therefore, one should not lament over the inevitable. O Skian of Bharat, all created beings are unmanifested before life, manifest upon birth, and again unmanifest on death. So why grieve? Thank you.
Raina Julia Gomez from SFX Green Herald School will now read out verses from the Holy Bible.
Good morning, everyone. Our reading from the Holy Bible, taken from the letter of St. Paul to the Romans, chapter 12, verses 6 to 21. We have gifts that differ according to the grace given to us. Prophecy in proportion to faith, ministry in ministering, the teacher in teaching, the exhorter in exhortation, the giver in generosity, the leader in diligence, the compassionate in cheerfulness. Let love be genuine. Hate what is evil, hold fast to what is good. Love one another with mutual affection, out to one another in showing honor. Do not lag in zeal. Be ardent in spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in suffering. Persevere in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints. Extend hospitality to strangers. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse them. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Weep with those who weep. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Never be wise in your own sight. Repay no one evil for evil, but give thought to do what is honorable in the sight of all. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. Beloved, never avenge yourselves, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay," says the Lord. To the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he is thirsty, give him something to drink. For by doing so, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
Verses from the Holy Tripitach will be read out by Akansha Tothoi Barua from AG Church School.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Akanksha Tathe Borua and I'm from AG Church School. I'm honored to be here to recite the Holy Tripitach for the fourth time. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Meaning, I take refuge in wisdom, I take refuge in truth, I take refuge in unity. অর্থাৎ আমি জ্ঞানের শরণ নিলাম, আমি সত্যের শরণ নিলাম, আমি একতার শরণ নিলাম. 2568 years ago, the enlightened Buddha gave the people 5 precepts to follow. Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinnadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kame Sumichachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musavada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Sura Miriya Majjapamorattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami. Meaning, refrain from killing living creatures, refrain from taking that which is not given, refrain from sexual misconduct, refrain from false speech, refrain from intoxicants which lead to carelessness. অর্থাৎ প্রাণী হত্যা থেকে বিরত থাকব, চুরি করা থেকে বিরত থাকব, অবৈধ যৌনাচার থেকে বিরত থাকব, মিথ্যা কথা থেকে বিরত থাকব, মাদক গ্রহণ থেকে বিরত থাকব. সাব্বা পাপাসা কারণং কুশালাসা উপাসাম্পদা sacitta pariyodapanang etang buddhanang sasanang. Meaning, cease from all evil, cultivate good, purify one's mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. অর্থাৎ সকল পাপ থেকে বিরত থাকব, কুশল কর্ম সম্পাদন করব, চিত্ত মন পরিশুদ্ধ করব. ইহাই বুদ্ধের শিক্ষা. Thank you all.
As mentioned earlier, it's going to be a long day. So I request all the parents and teachers to bear with us. And we have 2 chief guests amongst us today who would be spending their time, giving their time from their valuable schedule throughout the day. We have our first chief guest amongst us, Dr. Asif Nazrul, Advisor for Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs of Bangladesh. Sir, thank you so much for your time, and we are grateful for your time, and we look forward to your insights very shortly. Now, there are a few names in Bangladesh that are synonymous with integrity, independent journalism, and national conscience. Mr. Mahfuz Anam is one such name. He's the editor and publisher of the Daily Star and a tireless advocate for press freedom. For the students here today who will represent the nation tomorrow, this is a chance to hear from someone who has played an active role in shaping the nation's present and past through truth, through courage, and through journalism that matters. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mahfuz Anam.
সবাইকে শুভ সকাল, একটু বিলম্বিত তারপরেও শুভ নববর্ষ এবং আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠানে আসার জন্য। I welcome you all to the Daily Star's most prestigious and most loved event, which is awarding the nation builders of tomorrow. Can I just request all of you to energize yourself by a big shout, yay! Louder, please. Louder, please. What happened? Say it again. You are silent. Aren't you going to celebrate your own award ceremony? This is really a very, very proud moment for all of us. আমরা প্রত্যেক বছর এই অনুষ্ঠান করি তোমাদেরকে অনুপ্রাণিত করার জন্য, তোমাদেরকে ভালোবাসি বলে এবং তোমাদের ভবিষ্যৎ অত্যন্ত গৌরবময় যেন হয় সেটার জন্য। We bring you all together on a day like this with your parents, with your teachers, with your principals, just to say how proud we are of you. Now, just to get an idea, today there are going to be 2,375 awardees, out of which 1,824 will be O-level and 551 A-level. 112 schools are participating. So the first message that I want to give to all of you is how lucky you are to be studying in the schools that you do. These schools are institutions of knowledge, institutions of integrity, institution of character building. So first of all, a warm, warm applause for your schools. Secondly, my tribute to the teachers whose devotion, whose love for their students actually create successful awardees. I would also like to congratulate the principals of these schools, whose personality, whose personal devotion, whose leadership actually creates the type of awardees like you. The parents, the role of the parents absolutely is indispensable. So I salute all the mothers and the fathers of the awardees who are present today. Truly, we applaud your role. One thing I must comment, we Bengalis may be very generous about many things, but we are not very generous about clapping. Can we have a louder clap, please? You know, through your clapping, you are actually congratulating the person or the institution you are clapping for. So don't be miserly, be very generous. My last and most important message is to all of you, the young learners, the nation builders of tomorrow. What does it mean, nation builders of tomorrow? Just think about it. If you are going to be the nation builders of tomorrow, then you must first love your nation. You have to love your country, your people, your culture, your religion, all of that, what you stand for. If you don't love your country, if you don't love your people, if you don't love your language, your culture, then you are not going to be the nation builders of tomorrow. You can be the most successful scholar in the world, the scientist of the world, but if you don't serve your own country, if you don't serve your own people, then your success will only be your personal success. Your success will be not your people's success. Your success will not be the country, the environment, the culture that has nurtured you. আমরা বলি তোমাদেরকে ভবিষ্যতের জাতি গঠনের তোমরা হচ্ছ নেতা। তো সত্যি সত্যি যদি জাতি গঠন করতে চাও তাহলে প্রথমে তোমার ওই নেশনকে, তোমার ওই জাতিকে, তোমার ওই জনগণকে, তোমার ওই কালচারকে, তোমার ওই সমষ্টিগত যে তোমার যে আইডেন্টিটি, তাকে ভালোবাসতে হবে। তাকে কেমন করে ভালোবাসবে? তাকে জানতে হবে। আমরা অনেকেই আধুনিক শিক্ষা পাই, অনেকেই আমরা বিজ্ঞানের দিকে আকর্ষিত হই, অঙ্ক শিখি, এটা শিখি, কিন্তু আমরা যে কে এটা শিখি না। প্লিজ রিমেম্বার, the world respects only those who respect themselves. তুমি বিশ্বের একটা বিখ্যাত ব্যক্তি হবে, কিন্তু তোমার বাঙালিত্ব, তোমার যে বাংলাদেশে যে তুমি নাগরিক, বাংলাদেশকে যে তুমি যে ভালোবাসো, এটা যদি পৃথিবী না জানে তাহলে তোমার ব্যক্তিত্বের একটা মানে আংশিক পরিচয় তারা পেল। তো প্রথমে তোমাকে দেশকে ভালোবাসতে হবে, তোমার জনগণকে ভালোবাসতে হবে, এবং এটা ওদের জন্য ভালোবাসবে না, এটা তোমার নিজের জন্য ভালোবাসবে। কেননা তোমার আত্মপরিচয়, জাস্ট রিমেম্বার ওয়ান থিং, a self-confident person is a leader. But where does this confidence come from? It comes from your own sense of identity. It comes from your own sense of who you are. So nothing will I say which is more important today than to say you love your country, you love your people, you love your culture, you love the respective religions to which each of you belong. Secondly, you have to be a person of integrity. Nothing should tempt you out of your values. Nothing should tempt you out of what your parents, what your religion, what your country, what your culture teaches you. There are many faults with us as Bangladeshis. There are many faults with us as the citizens of this country. So take those faults to be your challenge. And just don't look at our faults. Look at our assets. Look at our things that we have. Now, right now, we have a leader in the country who is most respected not only in Bangladesh, but all over the world. He has received a Nobel Prize for his own action. Today, when he visits the world, they don't respect him just for the chief advisor of Bangladesh, but for what he is. His passion for the people. And what is his message today? His message today is that the younger generation is the future, not only of Bangladesh, but of the world. He says there has never been a moment in history when young people played the leadership role that they do now. So just realize how important your role is, how big your responsibility is. So as we celebrate your success, as we honor you for your achievements, as we salute you for your performance, we also urge you to be patriotic. We also urge you to be ethical. We also urge you to love your culture and love your people. One last thing. There is no substitute for hard work. Yes, with all the love and patriotism in your heart, your effort, your brain must be to earn more, learn more, to earn more knowledge, to seek knowledge in every part of the world. So I know that many of you We'll go to the best universities of the world to learn more, to gather more experience. But throughout your global experience, throughout your study abroad, increase your commitment to come back and serve this country. Remember, as a big scientist, as a big biologist or a chemist or a mathematician, the world, you can perhaps serve the world, but most importantly, you can serve your country. Because we need you more. The world doesn't need you. US doesn't need you. Europe doesn't need you. China doesn't need you. They have their own human resource. We need you here. So with all my love, all the love in my heart, all the passion that I'm capable of, I'm urging you, seek knowledge from wherever you get it, but come back and serve this nation so that we can all feel proud about your achievement. Your achievement must be translated to the nation's achievement. I end with a plea to the parents. Please continue to guide your children. One of the most important messages I would like to give to the parents is that don't make them intolerant of others' views. Dear parents, you must teach your child to be tolerant. Now, tolerance doesn't mean that you don't have your own views. You may have the most brilliant view of yourself, but you must also cultivate the culture of tolerance, of accepting other people's views. And if you totally disagree, engage with them, debate with them, but never be violent in your reaction and never be disrespectful. It is very important. Your sense of tolerance, your acceptance of multiplicity of views. If you go into history, the countries that have really succeeded are the countries that open their mind, open their hearts to multiple thinking, multiple options, multiple views. So with those words, I'm sorry, I've spoken a bit too long, but I do it with love for all of you. I do it with passion for my young, successful students. I wish you all the best. Stay healthy and love Bangladesh. Thank you.
My dear students, I second Mr. Mahfouz Anam. Bangladesh needs you. Bangladesh needs you more than ever before. Now, I would like to request Tanmi Haq, Head of International Wealth and Premier Banking of HSBC Bangladesh, to come on stage and address the future leaders of tomorrow.
Honorable Advisor, Editor of the Daily Star and a dear friend to HSBC and this country, Mr. Mahfouz Anam, members of the academic community, our partners at the Daily Star, my colleagues from HSBC, the proud parents, respected teachers, and my dear students. A very good morning to all of you. Before I begin, I'd like to thank the organizing team members here, our partners, the Daily Star, of course, our education partners, IDP, Pearson EdXL, and British Council, for really making this event a possibility. And now, to all the bright young talent here, a big congrats on your achievement. Like Mr. Mahfouz Anam just said a little while ago, let's have another generous round of applause. It is amazing to see the wide energy, talent in this room, and it makes me optimistic about our nation's future. Now, over the next few years, you, the students, will take some important decisions. Your higher study, your professional pursuit, even your place of stay. And it's natural at this juncture to look into the future, to consider and place your bets on what skill set you will need for your onward journey. Like every generation, you will face your own unique set of circumstances that will shape the way ahead for you. So what might those circumstances be? Standing here today, now, if we were to take a quick survey of one of the major change agents that will happen globally, I think artificial intelligence, AI, will probably top the list. When I was an A-level student, I can recall, back then, personal computers was the big thing. And some of you would be surprised at what we considered high-speed processing in those days. But for me and my peers, it was that clunky piece of machinery that would define professional dexterity. It's true, technology will disrupt lives. That is not a new phenomenon. It happens across all generations. But what's different about this particular chapter of AI, artificial intelligence, is the moral dilemma that it entails. So for my generation, choosing between, handwriting an office memo versus printing it typing it and printing it, that was an easy choice. But now, with the advent of AI, generative AI, the choices are a little bit complicated. So for instance, today's speech, right? Should I use ChatGPT to write my speech? Or do I keep it completely authentic? My thoughts in my own words. But if I don't use AI, am I depriving myself of an opportunity to present myself better? Then again, if I do use it, am I infringing on the rights of other authors in using their content freely? It's really some of these questions that we will be facing at every turn. As I scan the promising talents here in this room, I feel certain that some of you will really go on to become influential members of this society. And not just here, not just in Bangladesh, on the global stage as well. So the role of AI in society will actually be influenced by you, our future generation, our nation builders. In conclusion, I can say that AI will definitely be a force for change, and you will be our moral guides on this journey. So please choose well, choose wisely. I hope you are successful in all your noble pursuits.